everyone, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing something just a little bit different, and this is new products that have come out or that are coming out that I want to talk about and let you know, because I'm kind of on a low buy this year. I'm definitely still buying, but not like I was. Last year was kind of like, whoa, reel it in, Binky, and I want to save a little bit of money to do travel, take classes, have experiences, and it's kind of interesting because I kind of see that happening with a lot of people this year, and I think I'm going to do a video on that, but it's pretty fantastic. So I'm going to pick and choose what I want to buy more than just kind of going in a frenzy and picking up everything. So what I'm going to do is go through some products that are coming out, that have already come out, and what I think about them, if it's going to be yes, no, maybe so, and so here we go. So what I'm going to start with are two products from Too Faced. So the first one is the White Peach palette. This is the trend that will not die. It just will not. They found like gold in them damn heels, and they're like, you know, I'm not letting this go. No, and so they're not. So we had the matte peach palette, which you know, I actually really liked. I felt that the quality was quite good. And so then, of course, they couldn't just leave it at that. They had to think about us fair folk out there and say, White Peach palette, baby. And guess who picked it up? This guy. And the reason is I was intrigued by it because I do find that a lot of the time, a lot of shadows tend to be a little bit much on me, in that I have really fair skin, and so sometimes they will just overtake my skin tone, and so it's hard for me to find shadows unless they have no pigment. But most shadows do tend to. I have to go in gently because I do have very fair skin, and then I don't want to end up looking like a clown. So yes, I did pick it up. Yes, this has been done to death. Yes, we need to make it stop, but people like me buying it are part of the problem. But I did only end up getting this for $15 because of credits I had at Sephora, and so whatever. But here it is. I'll be doing a review on it. Yeah, it's been interesting. Smells like peaches. The next item is something they re-released and they have been advertising hard and heavy, and I do not know why, and that is the Glow Job. Yeah, the Glow Job. Now here's my thing. Sometimes I question if Too Faced knows its own aesthetic, because in a lot of ways they'll put out something like the Too Cute palette or the Clover palette, and it's cute and yay, look funny, you know, childlike. It's almost like children's makeup kind of, in the way that it's presented. It's very young. And then they go and put out a product like Glow Job, which is just kind of confusing. I mean, that's something that Urban Decay would do more, and nobody would bat an eye. We go, Urban Decay, here we go. But for Too Faced to do that, it's kind of like, sometimes I don't really know. You know, then you have something like the Natural palette, which is very almost like Victorian or old school, subtle, and then the Clover and, you know, Too Cute palette, which is very for like children or tweens, you know, or teens, young teens, and there's nothing wrong with that, versus Glow Job, where it's like, didn't you just release the Clover palette and now you're talking about Glow Jobs? I'm like, all right, you know, it's just a little strange. Sometimes I don't know if they know what their aesthetic is, or not their aesthetic, but who they're selling to, what their market is, and the visual that they want to go for, and it can be very confusing. But, you know, whatever. But getting onto the actual product, would I buy this? Heck no. And it has nothing to do with the name. First off, glitter has no redeeming qualities to it, except it makes people happy and yay. But the thing is, you're washing this stuff off of your face or peeling it off and throwing it away. This stuff is not biodegradable. So it's going into our oceans, it's going into the earth, and for what purpose? Just to sparkle and to have an Instagram moment for 5 minutes? I just don't agree with that. I mean, I'm not a big, I do wear glitter shadows, so I'm not going to be a total hypocrite. But what I'm saying is that it's just getting to the point where it's just like, think about what you're putting in the universe. And this stuff isn't biodegradable. It ain't going anywhere. And first off, glitter does nothing for your face. Nothing. It's plastic on your face, doing nothing. And the other thing is that there's alcohol. And I'll put the ingredients to the side, but alcohol, if alcohol's in the top 3 or 5, you know, ingredients towards the top, that means there's a lot of it in there. And there's two types of alcohol, and I'm going to be doing a video on this actually so people kind of know, because I think people sometimes get confused. There's good alcohol and there's bad alcohol, and there's Saturday night alcohol, which is my favorite, but and that's always good until it's not good. But there's the good alcohol, and it's more with fatty, like it's fatty, and so because of that, it's safer on the skin because it's a fatty alcohol. It's not a damaging alcohol versus the damaging alcohol, which just dries out your skin. And it works in the short term, and that's like, oh, this dries really quickly on my skin. It absorbs so quickly because it's alcohol. So you're putting it on, it absorbs, but it's breaking down the skin barrier and putting tears in it and making it very fragile to the elements. So the stuff the Too Faced is using in this glow job is the bad alcohol, and you do not want this on your face, especially for a prolonged period of time. It's just so no, I will not be buying this big, nope, not happening. The next item is the Kat Von D Alchemist Mini Palette. Yes, so the regular palette I think is still available. I think it was originally like limited edition, but I've seen it on Sephora since, so it's still there. I don't know if it is now because I haven't really looked, but it comes back, you know, so it's still around. I still have my palette. I'm going to be honest with you, I rarely use it. It's gorgeous. It is one of the most beautiful palettes. I just forget about it and I don't really use it, and I don't know why, because it's absolutely beautiful. It has nothing to do with the quality. The quality is great, but I just, for some reason, I have so many highlighters, I forget about certain things, and so this was the case with this, and it has nothing to do with the quality of it. It's absolutely wonderful. I recommend it. She's coming out with a mini version of it, and part of me is confused because the first one is extremely small. So I don't know how small the mini is going to be, like this big, and then it'll be like dime size, because I mean it was really small. So I'm like, that thing better be half price, because sometimes, and I love the mini movement, but sometimes I'll see that it's only slightly minier, and the price tag hasn't really, or not even slightly, it's like 50% smaller, but the thing is that the price tag isn't 50% off the original. So it's like, but if you're trying to buy less product this year and you don't want a lot of stuff laying around forever, then you may be interested in the the mini palette. But if you already have the regular size, it just kind of, unless you really love this product, I'm going to talk you out of it because it just doesn't make sense unless you really love Kat Von D or really love this palette and you're a collector. But if you're not, don't buy it. You don't need it, and it's probably not going to be at the price point that you need to really buy it compared to the original. So for me, I love the product, but I already had the original, so I'm going to save myself some money, even though the mini's cute. I'm going to say no and save some change there. The next item is Bite Beauty. Bite Beauty is, everyone knows I love Bite Beauty. It is my favorite lipstick brand. Is coming out with the Astrological series. So once a month, they're bringing out a lipstick for the astrological sign. Now, anyone who's been watching my astrological series with the BH Cosmetic Zodiac palette knows how much I love astrology. I love it. So, yeah, I'm buying this. In fact, Aquarius is here today. Yes, I am wearing it and I am loving it. This is what the color looks like. It is sold out online right now, but they are re-releasing it. I love it. It's a great color. There was no doubt in my mind I wasn't going to pick this up. I'm picking up every damn color, even if it looks horrendous on me, because I love Bite Beauty and I love astrology. And so yes, big yes, I'll be reviewing these every month. Aquarius review coming your way if it's not already up by now. The next item is Becca. Becca is releasing this Ocean Collection that is coming out here in the spring. Yes. So, Becca tends to put out a lot of the neutral colors, and what I like is they have this fun little purple color and then this kind of duochrome-y interesting color. But for the price point, I just don't know if this is for me. I don't have a lot of Becca products, and I've heard they're absolutely wonderful. It has nothing to do with Becca. Becca did nothing wrong to me. It's just there's so many makeup brands out there, and this is one that for some reason I've just not really bought a lot about, though I've heard a lot of fantastic things. And The purple shadow and the duochrome, which I already discussed, are the ones that are kind of pulling me in, but I don't know if it's enough because the rest of the colors are just neutral, and I have so many neutrals I just don't know if it's enough. The one thing that is intriguing to me is that kind of there's this like almost like gloss in there that's in the shell. They have that picture that's kind of bluish, like an ocean color, and it changes on your lips. It's like a mood ring for your lips, which we've seen a lot of this, but I do find this one intriguing, but I think it's like $25. So do I find it that intriguing? I don't know. So part of me is like, I kind of want to try it, and part of me is like, heck no, and so I don't really know. So this one's definitely a maybe so. Maybe if it was on sale, but I don't think that gloss or whatever it is going to last long, and that's the one that's intriguing me the most. So I don't know. I have to think about it because, like I said, I want to cut back a little bit. Not that I'm in financial problem. I say that every time. I'm not. It's my own personal thing. But, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit tempted, but this is a maybe so. The next item is the Pat McGrath set that was just released here, I think about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. And I'm going to be honest, I have been intrigued with these for a while. I think the shadows are just beautiful. And I saw a video where somebody did swatching on their arm, and then they were moving it back and forth, and you could see the reflection of everything on the person's arm from the shadows. Now, I don't know if that's real or not, but I was like, you know, really, it was just gorgeous. But I have to be honest with you, it's $125 for the eyeshadows, and I really don't know if I could justify that. I really don't think I can. And, you know, it's no problem. For those who can, kudos to you. And if you can afford it, go for it. If it makes you happy, go for it. You know, it's not that I can't afford it. It's more of, do I want to afford it is more what how I look at it, because there's a lot more things that I could spend $125 on, and for me that's just a lot to drop on like 12 shadows. So for me personally, even though they're gorgeous colors and I'm really intrigued by this, I'm just personally gonna have to say no. Though I'm sure many people are loving it. The reviews that I've read, people are loving it. They're great quality. But for me personally, I don't care how great the quality is. Nothing's worth $125 unless you're putting gold in it. And let me tell you, you can pick it up for Too Faced for a lot cheaper. And it probably has this much gold in it, so it's really not worth it. It just makes me laugh. It's like, yeah, we put gold in it. Yeah, like probably one little dot, because honestly, it's just, yeah, but that's a whole different tangent. But yeah, it's just, to me, $125 is a huge chunk of change that I don't want to drop, though it is a lovely palette. The next thing is the Ciate Color Flips. Those lipsticks are coming back, 6 new colors for spring 2018. You know, I really didn't think they'd continue with it, but I think this item was like really sold really well on Sephora, and so I can see why they want to bring it out. I'm just wondering if these new colors are going to do quite as well, because now it's kind of worn off. The whole Instagram thing has died. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody really talks about it anymore, and I think I bought one of them, and I think the reason why nobody cares is it was not the best formula. I mean, yeah, the idea was really cute, you know, it was kind of fun, but as far as the actual matte lip color, I didn't think it wore all that well. It was a very beautiful color. I think I have Hollywood, and you know, I need to pull it out and just use it and get rid of it, because it is a really lovely color. But the novelty, it just, I felt like the lip product didn't necessarily hold up as well as the idea. It was kind of drying and not that comfortable. So personally for me, I mean, I'm not really excited about these. There is the one color that's kind of like the purpley kind of fuchsia color that I love colors like that. So part of me is like, maybe just try it again. You know, I don't know. Like there's a couple that are really making me go, So then I'm like, but it's a gimmick. It's an Instagram thing. Is this realistic in day-to-day living? I don't know. So this one's kind of a maybe so, just because a couple colors are luring me in like they always do. So I'm going to have to think this one over. So this is definitely a maybe so. The last item on the list is ColourPop. ColourPop has been putting out so many things, but this time they are putting out a whole lipstick range. Yes, like a bullet lipstick range, and I'm kind of excited. I am. I've heard early reviews on it from a few people who got it earlier, and some of them I don't really know that well, but Temptalia put up some reviews, and I totally trust her reviews because she's kind of like, I got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? She really keeps it real, and I trust her reviews. I just feel like there's no intention behind what she's doing. You know, she just reviews it and goes, here it is, guys. And so looking at her early reviews of it coming up, I'm pretty darn impressed. She's been giving them really good reviews, and they have a PR pack where you can buy the whole collection, and I'm trying so hard not to buy it. Now for me, I won't buy the Pat McGrath $125 palette, but I would buy like however many, I think there's like 20 or 30 lipsticks for like 125. I totally would. And I know, and I don't need all these, but part of me is so tempted, and I haven't been spending a lot of money on makeup this year already. I know it's still January, but I've cut down. And so part of me is like, can I cut into the budget for February because nothing's really grabbing me, and spend it on this? I am so tempted. The colors are just absolutely beautiful. I do find that they're leaning more towards warm tones, like ColourPop tends to do. I kind of wish the trend would change just a little bit. Just even give us 25% of the market, anyone, for cool tone girls. But I'm still tempted. I am still really tempted. And so this may end up breaking my low buy. And yeah, I know. So I'm really excited. So even if I don't pick up all of them, I am definitely going to pick up at least 5. So yes, hands down, yes. So yeah, those are just a few of the products that I have looked at recently. I'm not going to, there are hundreds of them always coming out, so I'm not going to bring them all. But let me know certain items that are tempting you. Are any of these tempting you? Are some of them not? I mean, what are you feeling about what's coming out with the releases? I mean, a lot of them are kind of underwhelming for me at least, which is good for a low buy. So let me know what you think. I'm curious how you're feeling about the trends coming out. And until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.